the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and especially in the state of Texas, there are a lot of bus companies and a lot of bus accidents. That's because Dallas-Fort Worth is essentially a T for Interstate 20 and Interstate 35. A lot of private bus companies load up passengers and go into Mexico and bring people to and from different places throughout Mexico. In order to complete the trip, they often have to go through Dallas, and so either to go north or south or east or west. For that reason, we have a lot of private bus companies in Dallas. The smaller bus companies don't always necessarily, the smaller bus companies often don't look at the credentials of their driver like the bigger bus companies do. The driver may be just a farmer where he's originally from, who got a bus driver license, a commercial motor vehicle license, and now he thinks he can drive a bus without the adequate training. Oftentimes, the smaller bus companies don't have quite the maintenance facilities that the larger bus companies have, which, you know, a properly or improperly maintained bus can make that a very dangerous bus. I've even had a case where the two bus drivers in the rain were racing because they wanted to beat each other to the next location. Of course, in that case, one of the buses flipped over and killed my client's mother. It's a horrible accident. So it's important, if you've been involved in an accident with a bus, or you've been involved in an accident as a passenger on a bus, that you contact a lawyer that knows about the commercial motor vehicle laws and knows about the differences involved in bus cases and new car wrecks and tractor-trailer accidents. Another thing, in Texas, a bus company and a bus driver are required to use the utmost of care in handling their passengers and in transporting their passengers, unlike in an automobile case where you only have to use reasonable care. So it's important. A lot of lawyers don't know that. It's important to hire a lawyer that knows that when you've been involved in a bus accident. Buses that are engaged in interstate commerce, that is, that they drive between states or they drive on the national highway system, the interstate highway system, are required to follow most of or many of the same regulations that truck drivers are required to follow. So it's important that you hire a lawyer who has experience in commercial motor vehicles, and especially with buses, because buses have even further or greater restrictions and greater regulations on them.